In this video, we're going to go over input and output. Let's start with output. We've been doing it in a lot of our previous videos already, but print this is output. Compile that and run it, and there's our output. Output is basically what we write to the screen. So input would be the exact opposite, is what we get from the screen, or what we're getting from the user. So input, we need a string variable. We're going to create a string variable called user input, and since it's a string variable, we're going to put their $sign there. To get input, we're going to store input in the user input variable we created, and we're going to call the input function. And we're going to give them a prompt inside the input function to enter something. So we'll say enter your name. We'll put a colon there too. So let's go and compile that and run it, and it brings up that prompt asking us to enter our name. And I'll go ahead and put noob in there, and it takes our input and it ends. So now let's just briefly go over what we can do with that input once we get it. We're going to just output a message saying hello space and then user input. Compile that and run it. So now it's asking us to enter our name. I'm going to go ahead and enter noob again, and it says hello noob. And that's the basics of what you can do with user input. Another thing that would be useful maybe to go over in this video is how to, because this is a string variable, and input is a function that returns a string. I'm going to be going over functions in the next video, but just know that the input, this input function is a string. So if we wanted to convert that to a number, we could do user input number equals val user input. So now we can do like we're going to ask them to enter a number, and we will print the user input number plus 5. And this is a good time to go over the two different ways I created a variable here. First, I created the string variable using the dim statement, which is what I recommended in the last video, but then I just used the on-the-fly variable creation for this user input number. And now I'm just, since I'm taking my I'm making a number by this val function converts a string into a number. So we're passing our user input string variable into val, and that's going to return the number in the string and store it in the user input. So we'll print user input number plus 5. So it'll output whatever we type in for a number plus 5. And let's compile that and run it, and let's enter the number 3, and output is 3 plus 5, which is 8. We're going to go over functions more in the next video, so feel free to play around with this, and if you're confused about this, just head on to the next video and we'll go more into depth on that.